Nobody knows how close I came to disappearing forever that night. I almost quit. Yeah. Everybody saw the smile, nobody noticed the bleeding. They celebrated every victory while I buried another reason to keep breathing. The money came, the fame came, but peace that never knocked on my door. Every interview said I'm good, every mirror whispered you're lying. I became an actor playing the role of someone who wasn't dying. I answered texts with laughter, then cried after pressing send. Started praying shorter prayers because even heaven felt like it was ignoring them. People say be grateful, like gratitude can magically erase depression, like success automatically cures years of rejection. I climbed the mountain only to realize loneliness reaches the top first. The room got darker, the silence got louder, every heartbeat asked how much longer. The night I almost quit, nobody heard me screaming, nobody saw me falling, nobody knew the reason. I smiled for every camera while breaking underneath. Sometimes surviving looks exactly like defeat. The night I almost quit, I almost became another memory, but somehow God kept breathing life back into me. People think strength means never falling, no. Strength is crawling when your legs stop believing. I remember staring at the ceiling, negotiating with tomorrow, trying to convince myself one more sunrise was worth another sorrow. I counted every scar, every betrayal, every person who loved me only when I was useful. Funny how empty the room becomes after everybody finishes clapping. The applause fades, the expectations don't. Pressure became a language I never wanted to speak. Every headline demanded greatness. My soul could barely survive the week. I wasn't scared of dying, I was terrified of living like this forever. Every voice said give up, but one quiet whisper said stay. The night I almost quit, nobody heard me screaming, nobody saw me falling, nobody knew the reason. I smiled for every camera while breaking underneath. Sometimes surviving looks exactly like defeat. The night I almost quit, I almost disappeared inside the pain, but hope found one heartbeat that still remembered my name. Yeah. I looked at old pictures, trying to remember who I was before life became survival, before anxiety moved into my chest without paying rent, before every dream started charging interest. I forgave people who never apologized, not because they deserved it, because I deserved peace. I stopped asking, why me? And started asking, what now? Sometimes healing isn't dramatic, it's brushing your teeth, making your bed, answering one phone call, choosing not to disappear today. Nobody tells you recovery looks boring until boring becomes beautiful. Maybe you're listening from your own dark room, maybe you're one decision away from giving up. Listen carefully, pain lies, it tells you nothing changes, but pain has never seen tomorrow. I fought monsters that nobody photographed, battled demons that nobody applauded, built success while mentally bankrupt, still standing, still breathing, still proving the darkness wrong. You call it luck, I call it surviving. You call me strong, I call myself stubborn. Cause every day I wanted to quit, I chose one more step, one more prayer, one more verse, one more heartbeat. If my scars make somebody else put the blade down, then every wound was worth surviving. I didn't win, cause life became easy. I won, because I refused to let pain write the final chapter. If you're hearing this and you're still breathing, you haven't lost yet. were still searching for themselves. Kept giving pieces of my heart to hands that only came around when they needed help. I carried everyone's weight until my own shoulders broke. Made everybody else laugh while choking on the tears I never spoke. You know it's dangerous when pain becomes familiar, when crying feels normal and silence starts sounding safer than talking to the people who say they care. I became addicted to pretending, so good at hiding wounds. Even I believed I was healing, but every night the mask came off, the walls closed in, and I met the version of myself that nobody else had ever seen. People only post the highlight reel, nobody uploads the panic attacks, the nights you drive around for hours because going home means facing your own thoughts nobody talks about. How success can become a prison when everybody expects the strongest version of you every single day, so you stop asking for help because superheroes aren't supposed to break. Right? Wrong. Even the strongest people need somebody to remind them they're human. I learned the loudest cry for help usually comes from the quietest person in the room. That night, I opened the notebook where I wrote every dream. I almost threw away every lyric, every prayer, every promise I made to the younger me. I heard his voice saying, don't let the world turn us into someone we swore we'd never become. So I wiped my face, picked the pen, turned pain into purpose, turned heartbreak into verses, turned every scar into proof that broken people can still build beautiful things. Maybe this song isn't just my story, maybe it's yours too. Maybe you've been smiling just to keep everyone else comfortable. Maybe you're one conversation away from finally letting somebody in. If that's you, don't disappear, because someone you'll probably never meet might survive tomorrow, because you survived today. I remember every promise that I whispered to myself, just make it through the night. Then I repeated the very next night. The calendar changed, but the pain never seemed to notice. I kept waiting for life to slow down instead. It only got louder. I became a prisoner inside my own ambition, chasing dreams while losing sleep, winning battles that nobody celebrated, because everyone assumed I was built for this. Truth is, I wasn't built, I was broken, then forced to become stronger. I used to think strength meant never crying. Now I know strength is crying, then getting up anyway. It's showing up when every part of you wants to disappear. It's carrying hope when your hands can barely carry yourself. People ask me, how'd you make it? They want a secret, there isn't one. I survived, one decision at a time, one prayer, one breath, one sunrise, one more chance to believe tomorrow might finally feel different. Maybe the miracle was never becoming famous. Maybe the miracle was waking up the morning after the night I almost quit, because I realized the world didn't need a perfect version of me. It only needed the real one, scars included, tears included, fear included, everything included. Yeah. Every scar has a birthday, every wound has a story. Some came from strangers, some came from family, some came from expectations I placed on myself. I forgave the people who walked away, but the hardest person to forgive was me, for believing I wasn't enough, for measuring my value by applause, for confusing attention with love. I finally looked in the mirror, and instead of asking, why are you so broken, I asked, how did you survive this long? That question changed everything. If you're hanging by one last thread, don't let go. The sunrise never ask permission to come. It just us, and maybe your life is closer to changing than your pain. Watch you to believe. The night I almost quit turned into the reason I still stand. Every tear became a lesson, every scar became a map. Every heartbreak built another piece of who I am. If you're hearing every word, then maybe you were meant to. Maybe this song found you on the exact night you needed someone to remind you. You still matter. The night I almost quit wasn't the end, it became the beginning of everything I thought I'd never become. Look at me now, still standing after every storm. Still writing when they said I'd never have another song. Still breathing when depression tried to make my name another headline. Still fighting when fear put both hands around my future. You'll see success, I remember survival. You hear confidence, I remember crying on the bathroom floor. You see trophies, I remember trauma. You see victory, I remember every night I almost disappeared. So don't tell me what I'm worth, because you weren't there when I had nothing except faith the size of a heartbeat. Every setback made me sharper, every betrayal made me wiser. Every sleepless night taught me that resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you bleed for. One day, people will ask how I became this strong. They'll never know. Strength wasn't given to me, it was built inside every night I thought would be my last. So if you're listening and you're still here, don't count your scars, count the reasons they couldn't stop you. Because the night you almost quit might become the story that saves someone. Dawn, it could never finish. Every mistake lined up like witnesses, ready to testify against me. Every regret played on repeat like my past refused to let me grow beyond it. I ask myself, how many more nights can a heart survive before it finally gives out? Then I realized the question wasn't whether I was strong enough. The question was, would I keep believing when I couldn't see a single reason? So I stood up, opened the curtains, looked into a sky that had no answers. But somehow it still reminded me darkness has never stopped morning from arriving. The hardest battles never made the news, no cameras, no trophies, no standing ovation. Just me trying to convince myself that breathing was still worth it. I wore expensive clothes to hide a bankrupt soul, filled my calendar to avoid sitting alone. Laughed so loudly that nobody questioned why my eyes looked so tired. I became fluent in pretending an expert at saying I'm fine, while every heartbeat translated it into please somebody notice. But nobody did, because pain doesn't always look broken. Sometimes it looks successful. Oh, I blame the world for every scar. Then one day I stopped, not because the world was innocent, but because I was tired of giving my pain. The steering wheel healing began the moment I stopped waiting for an apology that was never coming. Some people will never understand what they did. Some people will never admit what they took. If your peace depends on their confession, you'll stay in prison forever. So I unlocked the door, not for them, for me. Now every time I step inside a booth, I don't just record music, I leave pieces of my soul between the speakers. Because somewhere a stranger is fighting the same war I barely escaped. Maybe they'll hear this at 1 in the morning. Maybe they'll pause, wipe their eyes, and decide to stay alive one more day. If that happens, every tear I ever cry, every lonely night, every panic attack, every unanswered prayer, every scar on my heart will have meant something. Because pain loses its power the moment it becomes someone else's hope. If this is the last song you ever hear from me, don't remember me. Don't remember me. Don't remember me. Don't remember me. For the numbers, remember me as the man who refused to let darkness have the final word. Remember me as someone who kept writing when his hands were shaking, who kept believing when belief was all he had left. Because legends are remembered for never falling, they're remembered for getting back up every single time the world expected them to stay down. And if tonight feels like the night you almost quit, promise me this: stay. Not because life is easy, not because tomorrow is guaranteed, but because your story isn't finished yet. The chapter you're in is not the ending, it's only the page before everything changes. Everything changes.